Greetings. Today I wanted to talk about how how water flows and how we can take advantage of the benefits of water and how nature shows us how we can slow down water and retain it. So we got a gutter. Gutter's right there. Comes down. And this gravel was put here, not by myself, but it was already here to help with drainage, I would believe. So the water rushes out of the gutter and it flows. Water always follows the path of least resistance. And this is going down a slight little hill here. So it keeps coming, keeps flowing, comes down this way, through here, and it goes into here. I used to not have these two wood boards here last year, but I put the string here and the two wood boards so they wouldn't weed whack here. So as you can see, this is some nice native herb or medicinal wildflower coming up. This is called nipple wort, and it's can be used like a spinach substitute, and it just started growing here naturally. So, and I also tried to sneak in a elderberry cutting that's getting eaten by some bugs, but it's alive. So what happens with the water is Dr. Peary talks about if you wanted to slow water from running down your hillside, you would build a tiny little structure, like one rock high, and then plant it with seeds. And once the grass started to grow, you could put like another rock and stack like it would become like a living wall on the side of a hillside to slow down the water. So that's basically what nature started doing here naturally, because the water would rush down, right? But now it started washing off these what they call them as when we were kids, whirlybirds. This is the maple tree's way of dropping its seed. And there's a whole bunch of little debris in there. So the debris gets washed up, gets kind of checked, and then there's these little maple seedlings growing up to kind of keep the debris from moving. So in return, what happens is you get a little dam, you go down a little bit more, you get another little dam, and another little dam, go down a little bit more, another little dam, another little dam from all the water getting washed up, another little dam, and then it'll filter through, keep coming along, some more little debris, and then some more little debris, and then it gets filtered or channeled right through this little crack right here, and then all the water, instead of just, when this was weed whacked and completely bare, the water would just flow right over the top because it looked more like that does in the center. Nothing grows there because it doesn't get as much light, and it would just roll right over the top and then kind of just go into the grass, and it would create a big puddle. That's a really wet, low spot in the landscape. There's actually an underground natural spring under here. I did an update video on this. You can go back and look at it if you're interested in a more in-depth video. I'll leave a link to it here. But so anyways, what I realized the other day when it was raining was that I could use this like a little dam, and if I wanted to let in more water at a faster rate, or you can put this back in and just keep it channeling through this one little spot here. And you can actually see how the grass is pushed down a little bit, and that is from the water just flowing through. So from keeping stuff growing here and channeling the water in a better way rather than it just spreading all throughout here, not that that's a bad thing, but let's you make it. I observed it coming down from the gutter down through here, and like I said, it would just rush all over. I kind of just put that there for the weed whacker not to weed whack all this. I put the lines there, and I've been maintaining that with hedge clippers and using all the grass to put on top of the compost pile. But anyways, that's my observations. I think it's pretty cool, and you could implement this on a much larger scale. But I think the most important thing is to keep things growing, and where you have water, you have life. So all the water that comes down from the rain is feeding this little garden bed here, and there's some paint chipping here, and I try to clean it as much as I can when it chips. But this is the apartment I rent, and yeah, it's kind of hard. So I wouldn't grow any food crops here, but it's good to have stuff growing there so it can help with the filtration of whatever's chipping off into the earth. But anyways, one love wholeness, and I think it's pretty cool, these little dams, and I'm just gonna leave them, because if these weren't here, then the water moves much faster at a roaring rate, which makes it less filtered. It's going to cause more erosion, and it'll just be interesting to see these little tiny tree seedlings grow, and they can also benefit from the water that gets slowed, sunk, and spread by these little whirlybird, kind of like check dams. So I hope these observations could help you in some way, and I would highly suggest watching the documentary on Dr. Peary, the water harvesting practices he learned how to implement in the driest region of Uganda, Africa. So one love wholeness, and have a great day.